Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest live show. You all the latest news and Chelsea news in general. Key phrase at the moment at Chelsea, community in the Chelsea fan base is great business. Great business. This is what is getting thrown around quite a lot. Chelsea Football Club, we're in the business of doing business. This is what we thrive on. We thrive on great business. That's what we thrive on. Great business. We're not really interested to do much damage in terms of building a competent squad, adequate enough to play the way Maresca wants us to play. We're not there for that business. We only here for the business of actually the financial side of things. This is what we do. So we're going to get into the Renato Veiga news, ladies and gentlemen. It's a here we go. Renato Veiga has gone on loan to Juventus. We get a 5 million euros fee, and people are deeming it as great business. Which, yeah, sure it is. I mean, we bought him for about what, 14 million euros, and we've already got 5 million euros in loan fee after 6 months. So, of course, it can be deemed as great business. Ashraf has just shared something with me. I might bring that up down the track. Actually, let me just quickly grab that so that I can share that. And there's a particular clip as well that I want to share with you guys, hopefully sometime today. But yeah, big up to each and every one of you guys that has joined in. Big up to Ashraf, big up to Harshal, big up to Nathan, Joel, Abel, Lampard, Nehemia, the Blues, everyone. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Gather around and smash the like button. Next, here we go. Garnacho, great business. Yeah, another great, beautiful, stupendous business lined up. Kian, big up to you. Sedan, big up to you. And Zinho. Yeah, Garnacho, another great business lined up. Now, let's talk about the Renato Veiga situation before. Actually, let's have a quick look at the news first. So this is what the news looks like, ladies and gentlemen. We got this late yesterday evening UK time, exclusive from Fabrizio Romano, as you can see on the screen. Juventus agreed deal with Chelsea to sign Renato Veiga. Here we go. Loan deal for 5 million euros, loan fee until June, no buy option clause, and then player back to Chelsea at the end of June for Clubs World Cup. Veiga expected to play as CB at Juventus. I mean, what do I even say about this? What is this? What's going on? Player just wants to take a 6 months vacation. Player wants to just leave Chelsea Football Club. Now, some of you guys might say, yeah, look, he's not being used. Why not? Let's just send him on loan. Yeah, sure. In an isolated scenario, you may say, yeah, it all makes sense. But now I'm going to paint the picture for you. Now I'm going to try and give you guys the context as to why I'm actually a little bit annoyed about the whole situation. Now, let me make one thing very clear first up. I'm not annoyed about Veiga going to Juventus. I'm annoyed about the entire situation of Veiga. Why was he even brought into Chelsea? Why are we wasting time on this great business when we really should be looking to build a squad that can compete in the Premier League? So I'm going to paint a picture about that. But as I said, first and foremost, I do not rate Renato Veiga, nor that I'm upset that he's gone. He's provided zero impact for Chelsea Football Club, right? Now, Renato Veiga, let's start the story from the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at things from the beginning because that will give us a better understanding. Renato Veiga was not even really the player that we were initially going for. If you guys remember, Calafiori's name was getting touted around. Now, Calafiori was linked with Arsenal as well, but there was some strong links. Big Chelsea journalists have put out strong links towards Calafiori. So we were getting sold this Calafiori transfer. And then all of a sudden, Renato Veiga came about, and Renato Veiga, ladies and gentlemen, was sold to us that he's a left back who can invert. That's the kind of player that we were looking for, because Cucurella is the only one that can do that. Ben Chilwell is unable to do that. So we needed someone who can back up Cucurella, right? So he was sold to us that he's a left back who can invert, but at times he can play as a CB. Some of the clips that were circulating around was that he was playing in DM position, right? So he was brought in, cheaper option. Many Chelsea fans, Swiss Army, yes, Swiss Army knife, the Blues, you're right. He was sold to us as a Swiss Army knife, versatile, can fit in anywhere. And he was cheap. He was cheap. Wages are not that astronomical, and he was absolutely peanuts in terms of transfer fee. 14 million euros. Wow, Chelsea. Scouts are scouting. Well done. Bravo. Bravo. Excellent. And a lot of the fan base was saying, this is potentially a better purchase than Calafiori. That's what people were saying. Better purchase. Now, I'm not saying Calafiori's done madness at Arsenal, no, but this is what a lot of people were saying. Off the back of the Euros, people were saying Renato Veiga was a better buy. Cheaper buy, less wages, and a far better ceiling. Okay? So that was what was painted for us. And us Chelsea fans thought, do you know what? These sporting directors, these scouts, they've done a good job in terms of John Duran, in terms of Samuel Mordion. They must be doing something. They must be doing something. And for Maresca, you get yourself a left back that can invert. Beautiful. You want a fullback that can play in midfield as well, right? And can fill in at times, if need be, as a CB. Excellent. Excellent. Now, the season starts. Enzo Maresca doesn't really trust Renato Veiga initially in the Premier League, and rightly so. Rightly so, yeah? He starts playing in the Conference League, and I myself, I get a little bit hyped about him playing in the Conference League. He looks like, he's got a bit of a physical presence about him. He looks like a decent player. I got a little bit hyped. Then he started playing a few matches in the Premier League, and he got caught out. I think the first one where he got caught out was against Wolves, if I recall. I'm pretty sure it was Wolves. He got caught out against Wolves. The pace was a bit too much. He looked out of sorts, and he was just getting, out of position most of the time. And then since then, us, majority of the fan base, we started to realize that, you know what, Renato Veiga, he needs time. Maybe he's not ready. And all throughout, Enzo Maresca was utilizing him in the Conference League, and he's not really utilized him in the Premier League that much. So don't worry about the fans and what they think. Enzo Maresca started to have doubts in this player. Okay? Enzo Maresca started to have doubts. Then as the months go on, we go through a winning phase, and then all of a sudden we start hitting this bad patch. And then Madueke gets dropped, and also Renato Veiga gets dropped. Why? For disciplinary action. Renato Veiga, I don't know, supposedly wasn't training hard enough. This is exactly what Maresca said. He got dropped for technical reason, wasn't training hard enough apparently. And for many Premier League matches, we didn't see Renato Veiga even make the bench. Come the January window, and all of a sudden, we're hearing rumors about Renato Veiga wanting to leave. Why? Because he's confused of his role at Chelsea Football Club. He's confused that Why is he playing a left back? Why is he inverting? He doesn't want to do that. He wants to play CB. He wants to play as a central defender. And here we are now. Here we are now where Renato Veiga has gone to Juventus on loan, being promised to play as a central defender because that's what he does for Portugal. And here we are. So, what is it, ladies and gentlemen? Was it just business? Was it just business? What has happened here? What a wait! Like, who has this benefited? Has the player truly benefited from any of this? Maybe the player did. He got himself some spotlight. He got himself some, attention. He started to play for Portugal. So maybe the player used us. This is where we are now. The player has used us, perhaps, as a stepping stone. Has it benefited Maresca? No. He's barely used him. He's not really had any impact in the Premier League. Has it benefited the sporting directors? Perhaps. We made a bit of money. I mean, we're still in the deficit. We paid 14 million euros. We're getting 5 million for the loan. And then after the loan is finished, after 6 months, at the end of this season, he comes back after playing as a central defender, a centre back at Juventus. What is the expectation? Is he going to come back and want to play as a centre back for us? We've got a lot of centre backs lined up. We just bought one from Strasbourg, Mamadou Sarr, 19 or 18-year-old. We recalled back Anselmino from Boca Juniors. He's our player. We have Chalobah. I'm pretty sure we're going to sell Chalobah. No problems. We've got Wesley Fofana. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to sell Wesley Fofana as well. We got Levi Colwell. We got Buddy Shield. Desasi probably going to leave. Is Veiga coming back as a centre-back? Is Veiga coming back as a centre-back? Now, some of you guys are saying, no, he's leaving. We're going to sell him. So I want to ask you guys, the live chat, nearly 200 of you guys are here. Big up to each and every one of you guys. What do you make of this entire transfer saga in the broader spectrum of things? You let me know in the live chat. And I'm going to pick out some of the best comments and make a discussion out of it. The way I look at it, we've wasted time. We've wasted bare time for business. For the sake of business, we've wasted bare time. And this is my problem with Chelsea Football Club under this ownership, under these directors. Everything seems to be business. Garnacho, business. I'm going to show you what kind of business we did in the summer, and it's going to blow your mind off. When are we actually going to be a serious football club? Some of the fan base are expecting a title charge next season. When are we actually going to be serious? And once again, I want to reiterate, I do not give a damn 2 cents about Renato Veiga. This is not about Renato Veiga. This is about the context of not building a squad adequate enough to compete in the Premier League. Understand the notion of this discussion here. Understand the notion of this discussion. Look at the broader spectrum. Cesare Cassidy. What was the point of this? We've wasted the player's time. We've wasted our time. We've given him wages all throughout that time. What are we doing? Business. Great business. Yeah? Great business. That's what we're doing. Great business. Not really doing anything great in terms of competing at the highest level, but what we are really excelling on is great business. Chelsea Football Club is not really a football club anymore. It's more of a financial institution where Very soon from the academy, we're going to see the brightest accountants come out from Cobham. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Now, check this out. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I tweeted this out a moment ago. This, ladies and gentlemen, was our summer transaction 2024. 2024 summer. As per Transfer Market website, Neto for 60 million euros, Felix for 52 million euros, KDH for 35.4 million euros, Jurgensen for 24.5 million euros, Penders for 20 million euros, Anselmino 16.5 million euros, Veiga 14 million euros, Wiley 10.1, Guiu 6, Tosin free, Sancho loan with obligation, which we know is about 25 million. Looking at one transfer in isolation and deeming it as great business is utter foolishness. If truth being told, this was utter mismanagement of funds to build a competent squad adequate for Maresca. Have a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look at the screen in front of you. Look at all these players that we've bought. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we actually doing here? Are we building a squad? A serious squad that can compete at the highest level, season in, season out, and can play the way Maresca wants them to play? Are we doing that? Or are we looking for great business? What are we doing? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up as a fan base? There are so many fans still out there justifying all of this BS, all of this nonsense. They're still justifying this. You do realize the amount of insults, the amount of abuse I cop, only to show the truth. People tend to forget we're 3 seasons in under this new ownership. 3! After spending more than $1 billion. I'm not talking about 1 season, we're 3 seasons in and £1 billion spent. Are we anywhere near competing at the highest level? Are we anywhere near competing for the Premier League title? No, we're not. No, we're not. There are teams like Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. They're on par. They're on par with us. Some fans tell me, Miz, give it another 3 more years. We're going to be the strongest team out there. In 3 years' time, we're going to be the strongest team out there. Listen to what you are saying. Another 3 years. And you expect all of these players to just stay at Chelsea Football Club? Is that what you really think? Look at this summer window. Already, Felix is rumored to leave. Already, KDH is rumored to leave. Veiga has already left. Wiley, I'm not even sure whether he's ever going to play for us. You never know. Maybe he might actually fill in as a left back. I don't know. Tosin, there's been rumors about him leaving as well. You're telling me, let's wait another 3 years. Let's wait another 3 seasons. Let's wait another 3 seasons and we're going to get there. You know, players like Palmer will develop even more. Enzo Fernandez will develop even more. Caicedo will develop even more. Jackson will become Harry Kane-esque. Madueke will become Arjen Robben. You're assuming all of these players are just going to stick around at Chelsea Football Club. You're assuming they're just going to stick around. They're going to be happy to just suffer. I'm telling you, sooner or later, probably sooner, Palmer, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, even Jackson, I'd say, they're going to start demanding to play at a higher level. They'll be start to demand to play at a Champions League level and competing for the Premier League. And if you don't, they're not going to allow their precious years of their footballing career to just do nonsense at Chelsea Football Club and what the owners are doing. Look what the owners are doing. Look at what we are still getting rumored with more centre backs, and we've already got Anselmino here. As you can see in the list, Anselmino. And we bought another one, Mamadou Sarr, Chelsea, from Strasbourg. We've got Levi Colwill, who's young. Achapong, young. To all the people that don't want to hear the truth, I'm not forcing you to hear the truth. So people like this brother, please leave. No one, I swear, I've not said to anyone, please come and join. Please, I've not said to you. So please go. No one's forcing you. And Quella as well. I've not forced you. I've not put a gun on your head to say, come and listen to all of this. I've not. You are choosing to be here. And you're telling me, stop following the mainstream negative train, bro. I am a 39-year-old man. I can think of my own. I don't need any influence. I'm not a kid. I'm not 13. I'm not 14. I have a brain. I've seen enough of the world to make my own judgment. Look at what you're saying. You sound like such a doofus. We are doing fantastic. In fact, we are ahead of our time. Ahead of our time frame. Ahead of what? Ahead of what time frame? What are we ahead of? What are you actually talking about? What are we ahead of? Then you go on to say, watch us win a couple of games in a row and you flip-flop again. What are you on about? Even when we were winning, I was saying, look, I'm a bit concerned about the defense, I'm a bit concerned about striking position. We need a bit of, competition for Nicholas Jackson. I was still very much going after Madueke and how mediocre he is. What are you? I've talked about how mediocre our goalkeeping situation. What are you actually on about, Quella? I don't know. You must be watching all of these other Chelsea fan channels and you get them mixed with me. Quella, please. I don't know why you are so hell-bound on believing in this. And Clear Lake Capital must have a gun on your head. They must. Or they must have put some sort of medicine in your drinks for you to get brainwashed. I don't know why. Honest conversation. I don't know why you feel we are on track. On track for what? On track for what? So let's say, for argument's sake, we make it to Champions League. Then what? Let's say we do somehow make it to Champions League. We got a team. Do we have a team that's going to be able to compete in the Champions League? Look at the kind of recruitment that we're doing. We're about to get Garnacho. Newsflash, Quella. Garnacho is going to lead us in the Champions League. Garnacho is going to lead us in the Premier League. Here's another numpty. Why does Miz think people have to agree with him on everything? I did not say agree with me. All I'm saying is when I see people go, oh, this is depressing. Mate, I've not told you to join. Same with you. Is this a church? I've not told you it's definitely not a church. I'm Muslim. So church is not a no-go for me. If you want to go to a church, or I don't know, wherever you want to go, then go somewhere else. I've not put a gun on your head. I've not put a knife on your back. Like, why are you here? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. You once again misunderstood. I called doofus for disagreeing. No. I called doofus For the guy saying, don't follow mainstream negativity. Understand. Look, this is the thing. They don't seem to understand. The brother Quella literally said, I'm following mainstream negativity. That's why I called him a doofus, not because he disagreed with me. I don't mind if you disagree with me, but don't be branding me with something that I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and accept that. Shervin, big up to you. Member for 8 more months. Appreciate that. Can we really be surprised that Clearlake, a hedge fund, is running our club the same way a hedge fund handles their stocks and assets? Yeah, look, incredible. Now check this out. Check this out. Check this out. This is coming from Ashraf. Ashraf just shared this. Have a look at this, guys. Jose Feliciano speaking to Goldman Sachs on football. I'm very passionate about it. So I think, number one, you have to understand the ethos of the sport. You have to understand that this, for many people, is much more than just a game. It's much more than just a business. There you go. It's much more than just a game. You have to understand that this is for many people. You have to understand that this for many people is much more than just a game. It's much more than just a business. You have to understand the ethos of the sport. Yeah, passionate about making money. Passionate about making money. Top dog. RLG, big up to you. Miz, I'm so tired of these directors prioritizing signing the next Neymar over making signing to actually improve us and allow us to challenge. This is the thing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Top dog RLG is exactly what I'm on about. This is exactly the thing. Someone else shared something really interesting to me. I'm going to see if I can grab that for you guys. Give me 1 second. This particular video, I mean, it was a little bit edited in the sense that they've put in some sort of, mimicry around it. But Iqbal is definitely talking. Let me see if I can show that to you guys. There was a lot of people that tagged me on this yesterday, and it was quite interesting. And then this is exactly what is going on. Okay, all right. Let's see if we can do this. Let me bring this up for you guys. All right.
But Dad, you're referring to Chelsea.
We'll talk.
All right. Check this video out, guys. Check this video out.
About it, but we thought Chelsea was a good, beachhead, London. It was frankly an asset, a business that in our view was not terribly well managed on the football side, on the soccer side, sporting side, or the commercial side.
But Dad, you're referring to Chelsea as a beachhead, both for growing the portfolio of assets, but really for helping to commercialize that asset.
But like anything, you got to put a good product on the field. You got to win. Your content is your asset. Is the play. And I had one super high level sporting director at the world's biggest top 3 club tell me when I asked about their approach to data, and he said the data is my eyes. I pick players on my eyes. He has 6 scouts, no data.
Building a multi-club model.
3 different reasons for it. I think one, if done well, you could make money on each specific enterprise. 2, if done right, if you use data, you can actually capture, acquire, retain, sign talent, and monetize talent. And 3, for an AC Milan or Chelsea, it's the perfect pathway, right, of developing talent, whereby you don't have to spend crazy money on payroll. There's teams in the Premier League that that spends 10% of what the top 5-6 teams spend on payroll. We hired a coach away from Brighton. We think they're one of the best run teams in the Premier League.
There you go. There you go. Do we need to elaborate anymore? Do we need people to come after me anymore? Iqbali himself in that clip has said, we've got teams in the Premier League that spend 10% of the wage budget that we used to have, and they earn a lot of money out of it. Not my words. These are not my words. These are the owner's words. Okay? He's talking about football as a content. He's talking about football as a content. He's talking about multi-club model as a means of making money. Nowhere does he talk about winning trophies. Nowhere does he talk about that. Our current owners, as I've said it many times, right? If we were serious to win trophies, with all the money that we've spent, we would have already started winning trophies. The level of money that we've spent, we should have already had a strong, extremely strong team. But if you have a look at the money that we spent and the players that we spent it on, they're all opportunistic purchases. They're all opportunistic purchases. They're all players that we are hoping that they're going to turn out to be brilliant. They're going to increase their value. And they're going to be, world beaters. But truly and honestly, if you look at our entire squad since the new owners have come through, how many can you say that they absolutely were hits? Cole Palmer is probably the one that shines out. Hit. Absolute hit. Cole Palmer. Yeah? And even Cole Palmer this season, there's been some rough moments here. And then that's understandable. That's going to happen. He's a young player. But Cole Palmer is probably the one and only that's an absolute hit. Look at the amount of goalkeepers that we've bought. How many have them been hits? If any, none. Look at the amount of defenders we bought. How many have been hits? None. Look at the midfielders that we've bought. You can say Caicedo, another standout. Caicedo, the money that we spent, probably definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Enzo Fernandez, been a bit topsy-turvy. Yeah, been a bit topsy-turvy. Romeo Lavia, 2 years down the drain because of, being injured all the time. Liverpool's having the last laugh. Look at all the other midfielders that we bought. Anyone turn out to be a superstar? Cucurella was bought not by these directors, but I'll give it. Obviously bought by the new owners. But don't forget, Cucurella was almost out last season in the early stages. They've just somehow... Cucurella is the one that changed the fate. He changed his own fate. Cucurella definitely is a hit, but it was almost by mistake. They were about to let him go last season, if you guys recall. He was moments away to go to Man United. He chose not to go. Nicholas Jackson, decent player, of course. More than decent player. But you can't say that he's been an out-and-out supreme hit. Madueke, decent enough player, but he's not a hit. Mudryk, he's gone. Mudryk's finito. And we've forgotten so many other players in between. David Datro Fofana, Cesare Cassidy, David Washington, Angelo. Do you guys remember Angelo? Do you remember Angelo? Santos, yes, looks like he's going to be a hit, but I don't even think he's going to be a Chelsea player, I don't think he's going to be a Chelsea player. The level of money spent is criminal, man. It's downright criminal. And yet we still have so many holes in the team. Still. Top Dog RLG, big up to you, my man. Thanks so much for the super chat. There has to be a balance between recruiting players for the future and having a team with a strong, experienced spine capable of winning trophies. Exactly. Why is this so difficult for people to understand? For some people to understand. Why is this so difficult? What Top Dog RLG is saying, why is this difficult to understand? Yeah, Omari Kellyman. Where's Omari Kellyman? Remember the other guy, Whispers. What was his name? Dujon Whispers. Where's he? And there's probably been so many more. There's probably been so many more. We have to understand in a bigger context. As I said, this is not about Renato Veiga leaving to Juventus. I could care less. It's about the bigger context. We're wasting time. We are wasting time as a football club. Whereas other clubs out there are doing serious business. Look at the way Nottingham Forest is moving. Contract extension for Murillo, getting linked with Cunha. They've got a striker in Chris Wood. It seems like they're doing something. It's not by chance that they're second, level on points with Arsenal. We're wasting time. We are wasting time. We are literally wasting time. But, you literally just saw what Baghdad Iqbal is all about. You just saw the video. He's talking about Brighton, right? He's literally talking about Brighton having a wage budget that was 10% of what Chelsea's one was, yet making money. Talking about football as a content to make money, basically. It's not about really winning, because winning trophies, what does it do for the owners? Winning trophies, what does it do? Having a business means there's cash flow. There's money coming through the gate, money coming through the door. Winning a trophy and having a bunch of players that you can't sell, that's not good business for them. And look at our recruitment. It's kids after kids after kids, kids on top of kids, to the point where kids we bought earlier having to leave. We got more kids coming, by the way. We got more kids coming. Esteval. We don't hear much about Kendry Paez. Where's Kendry Paez these days? In Life No Limits, it is clear by their MO that making is their primary, making money is their primary goal, and winning is secondary. Apart from this, the videos you've shared, Miz, we can all see how they're operating. Open your eyes, guys. Yeah, some people don't want to open their eyes. Some people, I don't know. Like, what are they holding on to? I'm not really sure. What is it that they're holding on to? Where's this belief coming from? Where's this belief coming from? Jimmy Blue Jeans. Year 3 of this so-called project, and only Palmer, Caicedo, Cucurella has been hits. 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. Probably Paez will be loaned. Yeah, but all that hype, remember? Paez was going to be super hit. Daylight, Ms. It is also not good to have a split fan base. Not nice. No, obviously it's not nice. But I'm just trying to understand where so much belief is coming from. He's sold in the summer Paez. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Nehemiah, Bowley care about experience. What to Todd Bowley? Why is he not doing war with Iqbali? The sporting directors are clueless. There are too many cooks in the kitchen. Well, lately we've not really heard of Todd Bowley. Lately, it seems like Todd Bowley's out of the scene. They have successfully been able to remove him from the scene. It's Iqbali's Chelsea now, and Iqbali has given the keys to the sporting directors. Iqbali has told them what he expects, and he's basically allowing the sporting directors to run the show now. So Iqbal is given the objective, the remit. Sporting directors are carrying it out. Miss, did you see the Sanchez stats I sent? Yeah, man, it's mad. Sanchez and Kepa stats. Mad. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Banto, the fact that the owners didn't give Maresca a target to achieve speaks volumes of ambition for the club. Exactly. There's no repercussion. Actually, they did give him a target. The target was to develop players. Develop players. That was the target. It's not really about making it into Champions League and this, that, the other. Just develop players so we can, down the track, think about flipping players for good money. GNT, big up to you, my man. Miss, I believe the fans who still believe we are in good place are just convincing themselves. Even the blind can see we are walking in circles and aiming to move forward. Yeah, 100%. Roman, I hope Bowley is teaming up with Saudis to buy the club from Iqbali. I don't know, man. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. Iqbali cannot sell till 10 years are past, 7 years to go, Miz. Buckle up, buckle up. The crazy part is that no one's telling them that you can't do business. And I'll end it on this note. Big up to each and every one of you guys. Smash up the like button. More than 300 of you guys are live. Please smash up the like button. I'm going to end it on this note. No one's telling them to not buy gems. You can buy gems. You can still run a business, a successful business. But please have a balance. I think what most logical fans are saying in the fan base is have a balance. Yeah, have a balance. Have 2 to 3 players. I'm not even asking for 5, 6. 2 to 3 players. 2 to 3 players. Very experienced at the highest level that can form the spine of your team for years. And then have your gems and have your academy players to fill all of that stuff in. And flip them. Keep the core, flip the rest. No problems. No problems. You can still run a business, but still be competent and have an adequate squad that can compete season in, season out. What's our spine? Jackson, Palmer, Caicedo, Sanchez? Jackson, Palmer, Caicedo, Sanchez. Once upon a time, it was Drogba, Lampard, Terry, Cech. Palmer and Caicedo are probably the only standouts. Jackson is decent, but I'm not really sure whether he should be deemed as part of the spine, unless he really changes his striking ability. Sanchez, really part of the spine? Come on, man. Top Dog RLG, big up to you, my man. Thank you so much once again for the super chat. I don't know what these directors were expecting from a squad with a clown goalkeeper in Sanchez, 2 relatively inexperienced CBs in Fofana and Colwell, and no help whatsoever for Jackson. 60 wingers, though. Exactly. It this. CFC Africa. This man is always complaining 24/7. Get a life. I don't know why these people, they want to watch me. I'm starting to think, like, how you must be an utter fool, to be honest. Like, if you think that I'm complaining, yet you're here, so you're the fool, no? Yet you're here listening to all of this. Like, it's just, I find that strange behavior, honestly. Like, if I saw someone who I'm not really liking, I don't like the way they talk, or I don't like the kind of information they're putting out, I don't watch them. I don't watch them because I'm not interested. Yeah, they want to watch me, but still, they're the ones who are complaining. It's mad. It's mad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big up to each and every one of you guys. Smash up the like button. I'll see you guys later on tonight, wrapping up the latest news. 2 pieces of content on a regular, one early UK morning, one later on UK evening. Now that Renato Veiga story is done, next one I'm pretty sure is going to be Garnacho. We've got quite a few other players that needs to leave Chelsea Football Club. And yeah, we'll keep you guys all up to date. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya. Goodbye.